What's the big deal with the Krebs cycle? It's not like it keeps you alive. Wrong. The Krebs cycle, also known as the citric acid cycle, is one of the most important things that happen in our bodies. It all starts when an acid called pyruvate is created by a cycle called glycolysis, a whole different story. That is inserted into an organelle called the mitochondria. The pyruvate drops all of its CO2 molecules and is transformed into something called acetyl-CoA. The acetyl-CoA is then introduced to oxygen and transformed further into three different energies. Since the mitochondria creates all of the energies for the cell, it is called the powerhouse of the cell. The three energies created are NADH, FADH2, and ATP. The Krebs cycle produces 2 ATP molecules, 10 NADH molecules, and 2 FADH2 molecules. The FADH2 and the NADH molecules are sent to power electron transport chains, and the ATP powers the cell itself. So, what's the big deal about the Krebs cycle? Without it, we would not be alive today.
Then you get to the big story of pyruvate. Pyruvate is built of the two elements carbon, oxygen, and the compound CH3. It's a tricarboxylic acid, which means it has the two elements in that compound in it, and also produces 3 other acids. These acids are produced when the pyruvate absorbs the CO2 that's in the mitochondria, then drops it, turns to the form of acetyl-CoA, which then creates ATP, NADH, and FADH2. These 3 acids are very important for powering the cell. ATP actually makes the mitochondria do its job and keeps everything in the world as we know alive. Pyruvate is made from glycolysis, which is caused by glucose. Basically, pyruvate's the muscle behind the whole Krebs cycle.
The mitochondria is a central part of the Krebs cycle because most of the reactions that occur in cellular respiration happen in the mitochondria. Cellular respiration is the process in which cells break down sugar in order to produce ATP, a major energy source for the cell, and other molecules that give the cell energy. The function of the organelle is to take in nutrients and break them down into energy-rich molecules. The mitochondria is made of a folded inner membrane that is surrounded by an outer membrane. The Krebs cycle takes place in the matrix of mitochondria, which is the fluid that the mitochondria contains. The Krebs cycle takes place after glycolysis, which is how glucose is broken down to pyruvate. The pyruvate is what starts the Krebs cycle, where it is turned into acetyl-CoA and next made into energy-rich molecules such as ATP. The NADH that is produced during the Krebs cycle is used for the electron transport chain, is mixed with oxygen to produce even more ATP. So overall, the Krebs cycle is an important part of making cellular respiration function properly.
So why do you need to know what the Krebs cycle is and how it works? Well, without the Krebs cycle, life would cease to exist. As you know, it is the middle step in a much larger process called cellular respiration. The ultimate product of cellular respiration is ATP, adenosine triphosphate. ATP is the currency of energy for a cell. It powers all the reactions that a cell performs. Think of how a car needs gas to run. Without gas, nothing works. There's no engine running, no wheels turning, and most importantly, no functional car. Cells are similar in the way that they rely on a substance, ATP, to power it. As the most basic form of life, cells are the building blocks for the rest of larger life forms such as plants and animals. Without the building blocks, you can't build anything. Now you know all about the Krebs cycle, how it works, what's involved in the process, and why you need to know all that stuff. This has been Hunter Zampa, Doug Denny, Amelia Becker, and Natalie Pidway. Thanks for watching.
Created using Powtoon.